The sharp improvement over Joe Biden's position in the national popular vote polls that Kamala Harris has achieved since the Great Switcheroo of July 21 has justifiably gotten a lot of attention. After all, in today's hyper-polarized environment, a 6.7% swing from a race where Trump was leading Biden, per the FiveThirtyEight averages, by 3.2% nationally to one where Harris is leading Trump by 3.5% is a very big deal, reflecting a big uptick in Democratic enthusiasm and a significant drop in the double hater vote, and correspondingly, in Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s support, which led him to drop out of the race on August 23. We could see more Harris gains when more post-DNC polling data become available. But as we were reminded in the Republican victories of 2000 and 2016, and Donald Trump's near miss in 2020, presidential elections are decided in the Electoral College rather than the popular vote, which national polls estimate. And Kamala Harris's most significant accomplishment in the last month has been to climb into a highly competitive position with Trump in the 7 battleground states where the deal will ultimately go down. To be clear, Biden's chronically poor performance in 5 of these states was a big part of the panic afflicting Democrats even before his terrible debate performance on June 27 and subsequent waffling over withdrawal. On the day Biden did fold his tent, July 21, in the FiveThirtyEight averages Trump was leading him by 5.5%, 45.0 to 39.5%, in Arizona, by 5.8%. 44.5 to 39.7%, in Nevada, by 5.9%, 45.1 to 39.2%, in Georgia, by 6.9%, 45.6 to 38.7%, in North Carolina, and by 4.4%, 45.5 to 41.1%, in Pennsylvania. Biden was also trailing Trump in Michigan, 42.4% to 43.8%, and Wisconsin, 42.2 to 44.5%, but by smaller margins, which convinced most observers that Biden's narrow path to 270 electoral votes was via a sweep of the Rust Belt, Blue Wall states. This in turn fed the obsession in some circles with Biden's weakest, Blue Wall state, Pennsylvania, which was reflected in the punditry consensus that Harris ought to choose Keystone State Governor Josh Shapiro as her running mate. But at present Harris is in a very different position in the battleground states, per FiveThirtyEight. She currently leads Trump in Arizona by 0.9%, 45.4 to 44.5%, an improvement over Biden's performance by a net 6.4%, in Michigan by 3.1%, 46.7 to 43.7%, a 4.5% improvement over Biden, in Nevada by 0.5%, 45.0 to 44.5%, a 5.4% improvement, in Wisconsin by 3.6%, 47.8 to 44.2%, a 5.9% improvement, and yes, even without Josh Shapiro on the ticket, in Pennsylvania by 1.6%. 46.5 to 45%, a 6% improvement. Trump is hanging on to narrow leads in Georgia of 0.6%, 46.7 to 45.6%, still a 5.3% improvement for Harris over where Biden was, and in North Carolina by 0.2%, 45.8 to 45.6%, a 6.7% improvement for Harris.